warriors. YouTube is there, Instagram there. I'm gonna invest in Restream so I can have it as one, so I'm not like, cross-eyed everywhere. So thank you so much for coming here. It's in the afternoon and I'm in Sweden where I'm from. I spent 20 years in America. I hosted 11 years with my FighterDiet, the Fitness Transformation Challenge. And oh, sorry, I'm sitting on it. So, alright, so I should be in space now. And it was really successful, and I loved helping people, to solve the problem that I had myself. That I created FighterDiet because I love to eat, and then I accidentally walked by a magazine where I saw Arnold on the cover of a magazine, and wow, it just blew my mind. I needed discipline in my life because I was starving myself wrongly because I didn't, was trying to get control over the only thing I could control in my broken home, living up, tough relationship with my stepdad. So what I did is I created discipline, and I starved myself for 5 years between 12 and 17. But then in one of my conundrums, I walked by this magazine store and I saw what was the epitome of discipline. And that's drew my attention, and I thought, that's what I'm gonna do. So from that moment, it was February 20, 1999, I decided that I'm gonna give it 3 whole years. I'm not gonna complain about hard work. I'm gonna build my body strong so I can go to America and become a fitness star and live my happy, healthy, fitness life out. That was the plan. So I did that. And I had a problem to solve because I had a body that wanted to be big and chubby, and I love to eat. And now I had this typical conflict of interest that I want to be lean and healthy too, lean and fit and strong looking. So I was having that as a conundrum, like how do I live? Happiness was always my first thing. I need to be happy. And how do I solve my problem that I want to eat? I want to be happy. I want not to be hangry. I want to be lean. So, right? So I kind of put myself in that problem of having a big appetite and also body that could definitely look it. So I had I love to eat. That was my whole joy. I wanted to be happy, I wanted to be fit looking, and I wanted to be happy on a diet until I died. So that was my essence that I then pursued, and it took about 7 years before I got out of my own yo-yo diet behavior, because that was competition to have a goal, and then I fell off. Hello YouTube, you can see me here, so great, this is the first time you can do vertical space here. So that was the reason. So it started as a way to lose fat and keep it off program, build muscle, burn fat. So remember, this was in 1999, and then I had 3 whole years to build my body. In 2007, I was running on the beach in Santa Monica, trying to outwork my calories I ate in ice cream the day before, starting over on the cheat day. And remember that now, that we are all like, ooh, it's so boring to be on this diet plan, until you say, maybe I should have a cheat day. All of a sudden you get so excited, all the dopamine rush, and even though you know it's gonna be sabotage, you go for it, because it's in your nature to want to be happy. And if you have access to make yourself happy in that moment, you will do it. So in that moment, I got my first kind of epiphany that came to me like a gift from my chasing this of my conundrum. I have to solve my body problem. It was my mind problem. So, oh, now I get chills. So from that moment, I kind of it came like a gift from the universe. That this FighterDiet, the name, it takes a spirit, the fighter's mind, fighter's spirit, to make your dream come true. So I was on it there. And I just kind of froze in that moment thinking, I have to take notes. It just came all this, probably that I had been looking for diet epiphanies. I gave this clarity moment, the first one of many. And I ran home and I put it all out on my FighterDiet fitness. Yeah, I didn't have FighterDiet name then, but I put it on my fitness blog and told all my clients about what we're gonna do. Prevent overeating by overeating. So fast forward then that I had all my clients then, and I was starting over from, I first had the Biggest Loser show in Sweden. I had a prototype to fight it out there because I was known as the gluttonous pig, eating all the vegetables, and I had my Team Sweden on my big eating. So, but that was before I had it as a concept. I hadn't had that moment yet. It was 2005. So, and sorry, I'm just gonna go on the stream of consciousness that just comes as a flow here. Then, so think about that now when you're looking for the one diet that you can love until you die diet. And you maybe have tried all kind of diets in your whole life and you feel that there's, what is wrong with you, right? Like you wonder, why can't you stick to this diet? You just have to make it out of, for a few days or weeks. And somehow you always start over again. No diet lasts for you. So why does it last for me, you wonder? What is so special with Pauline? Doesn't Pauline have hypothyroidism? Was that the cure, right? Why did she have this program? Because I had a problem to solve. I wouldn't have this powerful program to teach my clients if I didn't have that necessity, that I had a dream, thank God, and I wasn't gonna give up, and I had a fighting spirit, and I was looking, and I kept on showing up. I quit diet after diet. I made my diet my life program because I couldn't, there was no diet I could stick on. The moment I put myself on a diet plan, I kind of just rebelled. So that's what I call it, the diet rebellion. And after, let's say, a competition, and I was lean, and I had finally got into my lean body that I loved the look of, I got diet depressed. I took it for granted. Didn't matter. Yeah, look at my body. It's so boring. Yeah, I look amazing, perfect. I have my six pack I always wanted. I just have to do something to reignite my lifestyle, healthy, happy life. And what was that, you think? Just the same as you. I was gonna sabotage myself with a cheat day. And I always could out eat myself. I didn't have a small appetite. I went for Ben & Jerry's, chips, chocolate, candy, everything that is like milkshake in your arteries. And I always promised myself that this was gonna be the last one. Oh boy, because it's so important for me. I lost control over and over. And the day after, it was always the toughest thing was this: how do I start again? Action paralysis. I don't know how to do what I know by my intellect. Like, I know how to eat, I know how to track, I know what I gotta do. Why am I not doing it? I couldn't do it until I sabotaged myself again. I could gain more weight, and then I felt I had no power at all. So there was no medical condition like my thyroid disease, low thyroid, like I was so blue in my lips, I couldn't hold my, I was so cold all the time. I had cold, so like blue feet. I had a heater at the conference, the convention centers where we had the fitness expos, because I was terrified about cold. I was laying on the floor with a 40 heart rate, and I'm not an endurance runner. And I was so tired, and I had no energy at all. And trying to do intervals, couldn't get my heart rate over 70. I still gained muscle. I still got in competition shape because mind over matter. So none of this was the solution of FighterDiet. So just, don't make it into, this victim mindset. I wanted to succeed no matter what. I want to be happy. And I understood it doesn't matter, because I realized that it's so hard to lose the fat that if I make it to happen, I have to keep it off for life. I wanted to live the life of the lean body, and I kept on trying to make that happen without falling off again. Because I love the feeling. I love the fit feeling, but I didn't know how to stay in love with it. So I thought it was weird. Like, why do I fall out of love with this simple way of eating? I love the same cabbage and big salmon and mustard with a chocolate heavenly bowl all day in, day out, day in, day out. But I didn't have the balance. I didn't know how to have moderated indulgence because it was all or nothing. And I thought I just have to be tougher. I like, why do I have to enjoy it so much? So I was like struggling to understand myself. Like, why am I going back on my words? I'm just a phony, right? Like, why don't I remember how I feel when I'm lean? Does it sound familiar, right? Same diet conundrum, same diet prison mind. So that should kind of reflect yourself that I achieved this lean professional physique and I maintained it for a long time. Didn't mean that I was happy in my mind. I thought I was, because I was, as long as I kept myself doing what got me to keep my lean, strong physique. So that was something that I could do for 6 months before I got diet depression. And then I just toughed it out. I did not know how to have a little bit until I got enough of those epiphanies with one clarity moment after another, and I got those into kind of mode, like, methods, like POBO, prevent overeating by overeating, solved like 99% of my problems. And when I learned how that, first of all, that cocoa powder, cacao, was a superfood, I made it into FighterDiet superfood staple. So I could have the experience of chocolate every day because I love chocolate like you love, I don't know. It was like I could live for chocolate. So now it has become such an obsession with you looking at my chocolate, and you might not love chocolate at all. You're like, I don't like chocolate. How can I do FighterDiet? So you made my ultimate bliss into your problem you can't solve. And I'm saying, hello, stop here. FighterDiet, the system, is what you apply on your preference, your food personality. It's not one size, one meal kind of way. You have to find your own heaven in a bowl bliss, and I offer that. So that is my specialty. That is not just one way; it's all the ways. So FighterDiet is like the antidote to all diets because it embodies them all. It's the mindset that you apply on your healthy eating, and then you, by daily, able to enjoy what is there in the eating, the training, and like eating, nutrition, because you can't out-train your diet anyway. What happens is that you just naturally becomes more and more of a sum of daily practice of eating right, train right. Remember now what you asked me? How can you make yourself do what you're not doing? Well, and what do you love to do? If you had a freedom, which you do, which is the problem, right? You want to have a restraint jacket. You want a coach to kind of stop you from succumbing to your temptation. I'm saying, why do you need to do that when you can learn how to resist and succumb on system? That's what I teach you, the intervals of fasting and feasting. You gotta know how to play the game. That's why I teach you the defeat to refeed, and we're gonna have that tomorrow on Zoom. Lesson number 1 in the FDX Academy. FighterDiet is a lifestyle, it's a way of life, it's a mindset. It just manifests in the body when you adhere to it. But it has to come out of love. That's my true essence. I love what I do, but it wasn't always unconditional love because I was only in it when it was suiting for me. I didn't know how to reignite my love. So I say, when you love your diet, you're not gonna leave your diet. And diet in Latin means way of life. And what do you do every day? You eat. You gotta do it. So now apply that to your mindset now. Think about that. If it was that you could have anything you wanted, anytime you want, as much as you want, and not suffer from the consequence, what would you do? You would be happy, and you would have freedom, and you would be showing that. So now, take the way you can reprogram your mind about the perception of happiness, because how do you feel when you are your own best friend and when you feel happy and healthy and great? When you are on a high after you have lost some fat, you feel leaner, feel stronger, you feel unstoppable, invincible, right? Now apply that on your diet, that you have just changed the way you feel it. You have the same experience of, let's say, you have some kind of food affinity, right? Let's say you love your chips, or you love your pizza, or you love your ice cream, you can't handle it, your donuts. Now imagine if that was what you actually could have in your diet, and you have it regularly. Don't you think you could sustain and stick to it, and it wouldn't be by compliance or chore or mandatory or requirement? All that is crap. It takes out the joy. Imagine you did it out of love, out of enthusiasm, out of passion. You love it. You look forward to every day. Things would change. And that's then how you change the body. So, that is kind of the philosophy of FighterDiet. And I want you to know that when there's like, now I'm just gonna kind of cut to the chase here of why you gotta get over your victim mindset. Now you're not gonna love me. And pop, I was like, why do I have a headache? But it's not. It's a pimple growing here. So, so the typical thing is that you guys always talk about that coaches and fitness people, weight loss guides and so on, and counselors like doctors, all those. Nobody wants to help you, and that's not true because well, it can be, but you don't really want to help yourself. It's the way that you make it into a condition that as long as nobody is there to help you, you have a reason, a valid excuse to not help yourself. Now think about that when you are in my coaching, in FighterDiet.com, you can sign up for that one. You get all these videos, self-care, FighterDiet, keep it super simple nutrition, grocery stores, mobility, soft workouts, hard training, muscle yoga, meditation, mindfulness, self-relationship, all that, stretching too. And all this in one place where you can come and ask your coach, me, what I can do for you to help you succeed. It's one click. And how much does it cost for you, do you think? About a coffee a day. No, it's like $15 a month, right? So how much are you paying for Netflix? How much are you spending on your coffee, Starbucks, or your drink? Things that are not good for you anyway. Your drinks out on the weekend. How much of that does it cost for you? Right? It's not much. So I know it's not really about the money, because if you had no money at all, you would go to Google and free Wi-Fi roam and go to Google, see how to lose fat and keep it off, healthy eating, all that. You got it at your fingertips, and you don't want it. Why? Because it requires you actually working on yourself. So you might want to blame that everyone in the nutrition business is greedy, including myself, because we are not giving it out for free. Do you know how much I give for free to people every day? How many people I talk to without asking for charge? How long have I been doing this? Since I started to train people in 2003. So that's like 23 years of non-stop working with people in nutrition, healthy habits, how to transform the body, right? And I know a few things. That it's not about the money, but you kind of don't want to go where you kind of feel like it's not worth it because it doesn't cost you all you got, right? So that has always been kind of one of my problems with why I quit FighterDiet challenges. That I got frustrated that here I am showing up to you. I have all the passion, I have the program, I have a way to solve you. All you think is not going to be for you. It's just you staying committed to yourself and having my support. You have to show up. So, how come you don't do it, right? Because here's a few, and I wanted to list them because otherwise I go on philosophy all day long, right? Love to you guys. Tell your friends to listen to this. If they want free coaching and they think that nobody wants to help them, here you go. All right, so the 7 reasons why you're not getting lean. 1, you feel ashamed of your lack of self-control. You shouldn't. 2, you feel embarrassed you let yourself go. You shouldn't. 3, you feel unworthy of self-love. You definitely shouldn't. You want to figure yourself out, not to get help. That's ego problem. You were raised to work out your own problems. You can change your mind. You're not living your past, right? It's a choice. Like, just pick up on Alfred Adler, I think is the first name. I always forget his first name, but he's the psychologist after Jung and Freud that you might not know about. There's 2 ways of seeing it. That you go back and you're a victim. You're a total sum of all your past actions. It's like Buddhism here. Oh, let's see if I can remember it. I'm of the nature to suffer. There's no escape from suffering. I'm of the nature to grow old. Get sick at times. There's no way of escape from growing sick at times. I'm of the nature to die. There's no escape from dying. All my actions and my choices are it's all my actions become the ground that I stand upon, right? So that is one way to see it, and I think it's a teleological way is one way to see it, and then it's the other one is the etiological way of seeing where you are now, where you can take yourself. The point is that you are not just a sum of your past. You have to let that go, and you have to realize that from this moment you can just look forward to. So it's particularly important in body transformation. You can't be on all or none way. You don't have the way to come in and lose the same 5 pounds over and after. That's why when my clients come and think that I'm going to be so proud of you saying, I lost 5 pounds, I'm like, how long? In this week. And then I know it just shows, reflect on where you came from the week before. That you're either just starting on again, and I've known you for a long time. I care about my clients, so I get to know you. That you've been trying to lose the same pounds for 10, 15 years. Then the COVID pandemic happened. Now it's not COVID anymore, it's been years. You're still struggling with that. And it has nothing to do with your body. It has nothing to do that you're too old, too fat, too weak, too lethargic, too sick, or don't have the time or the money. It's you not loving yourself enough to think you're worth it. And that's my problem with that, right? So, you feel guilty for prioritizing yourself. That's also something that guilt will not solve. It won't happen. You have to let that go. It's like, that's practice, daily mindset reconditioning. You can't just say, oh, I don't want to feel guilty. No, but it's not going to help you to kind of hold on to that. Like, you're using the world as a crutch now, right? That you cannot do this because other people are gonna hate you. I know people hate me all the time. I still do my thing. Like, you want to be validated, appreciated, get love from other people, praise. You want to support, and then you end up alone because you notice that you might not be popular. I'm gonna tell you how I see it here about how I see it if I want to be victim-minded, Pauline. Yeah. 7, you want to change who you are, not change what you do. That keeps the same you. So today is the only day that matters. So that's why I tell you that seize the train day. And remember, if you focus on the day, you will realize that all the worries, all the fears will be gone because all you have is today. That's why yoga, where you can only concentrate on the movement, training heavy enough so you can stay in the moment. All things that require you to only focus on now is helpful because you won't feel the worries, the stress about what if you don't succeed, embarrassed if you're gonna fail again. All that you won't be experiencing if you focus on the only day that matters, and that's the now. And where do you make your own dietary, suicides, where you commit to making the choices today that you're gonna hate tomorrow? Today, right now, today. So if you learn and remember and really realize this too, that you might not be aware, that you're not gonna want to remember when you're in the bad moment, you wanna quit on your diet again, wanna quit on your own self-relationship, you wanna quit your marriage, you wanna cheat on yourself again and forget about it like you're demented. You won't want to remember my words in those moments. That's why you have to stop thinking, oh, if I was just strong-minded enough. You can't wish to be strong-minded. That's a daily, momentary, right now decision, day in, day out. You get stronger by the repetition. The only day you got is today. So you might want to wait, but all you do is just waiting for that transformational effect that becomes bigger and bigger the more you live it. The more you wait for yourself to figure yourself out, the more you're never going to do it. Have you not noticed that it's the same talk over and over for life, right? You're going to figure yourself out all life long. There is no stop because the after diet life happens in this life. There is no, that's the thing. All coaches might teach you tracking macros, how to comply, how to stick to your diet. But there comes this time over and over, after some time of good behavior, with result that you end up reverting. that you miss your quality of life. You have a social life, you want to go on vacation, you want to enjoy your life. And what happens? You fall off again, you regain the fat, you don't know how to get back on track. Now you're back to square, start over, yo-yo culture, right? That's why I quit hosting my successful FighterDiet transformation challenges. I do program coaching in all this lifestyle. I don't have the on and off rushing you into stress yourself to death, and now you're getting heart attacks for being out of shape, which you could help yourself by committing again. So I didn't want to be part of that. I didn't want to see people like, hey Pauline, I bought your program, so now we're gonna pretend that I didn't do this before. I hated myself, and I went back on my word. I had 3 days in a cheat day. I gained 15 pounds. I just ate everything in sight. Now we're gonna start over, Pauline. Are you here? Keep me from myself, Pauline. And then just to notice that people were kind of ghosting me, blocking me when it was you not living up to your own expectations, your feeling of self-guilt and embarrassment that you did this again and I have, so-called, you projected onto me, that I just care so I remember you, that you have a record with me, your coach, that I know all the times you quit and you hated yourself for it and you want me to forget. But you remember, I don't forget clients I work with, so it's easier to go and find another coach who you want to help you and hope doesn't know you, and then you can start over. And here's the thing with the business, and let me have my kind of victim mentality so you hear me. How do you think it is that I know all these medical doctors, PhDs, experts with millions of followers who are selling fads, who are selling kind of a lie or a dream or just kind of an unaware kind of program, right? Like there's no the psychology, the self-realization. There's just one dimension on nutrition that is like, yeah, you're not a machine, you know how to eat. So how come they don't do it, right? Because it's more about just knowledge. It's wisdom and how to and motivation to actually do what you know is the right thing. What is the right thing? The one that leads you to where you're happy and feeling self-accomplished and that you can keep up. So how do you think it is then that I don't really get the shares on my stories about what I do, my recipes, my strategies? I don't see that people are tagging me or giving me shout outs. Do you? No, because apparently I'm just one little fish, or I don't have anything because I don't have the medical degrees. I don't have any PhDs at all. I'm self-made. I have self-made my own dream my reality because I wanted enough and I kept on showing up and I wanted more than I didn't. So think about that then, that if you have a program, and if let's say if you're in the nutrition business or exercise or fitness or whatever, you're a medical doctor, you want to sell a peptide, you want to sell people a hack, you want people to kind of believe another quick fad or something because that's just what you do. You push product, you push your service. It's not your business, it's not your responsibility if they do it or not, right? You know what that is? That's just the perfect way to have a lot of money coming in. It generates a lot of wealth because you are suckers for your human nature. You don't know how to operate your environment where you have access to go back on your word all the time and have instant gratification and eat a whole calorie budget for a normal body in one meal, and then you're gonna forget about it because you're gonna start over again. It's perfect. Forbidden is you want the forbidden fruit and they just have the low-hanging fruit, and who's the bad person? Do you sit so that's what I mean. I could sit and feel that why aren't these people helping me? Why don't they say, hey, Pauline is great, she knows her stuff, she has helped so many thousands of people, and if we apply this prevent overeating by overeating, and we studied to learn how our own personal rhythm of hunger and appetite, if we realize that POBA, prevent overeating by overeating, is not a sized meal, it's the system that is just based on common sense pretty much. If you learn the difference between appetite, hunger and appetite, if you know how to put it into system of fasting and feasting, if you could teach people of low calorie, high volume foods and high calorie, low volume foods, if you could teach people about how you can't eat like an elephant when you're a cat, size-wise, if you want to learn about how to simplify by teaching people a calorie budget and let go of these tracking macros that are more about perfectionism, idealism, a short time to get nutritional awareness. If you could actually teach people that you're gonna be hungry later. Now, right now, when you're feeling too fat and too unhealthy, you don't care about enjoy your food. That's not gonna last. If you love your diet, you're not gonna leave your diet. Imagine where we would be then. So, but it's more fun to kind of see people buying the new carnivore, the keto diet, everything that's elimination diet, because people are wired to go for extremes. Meanwhile, you can't even put something in balance, because what is the most challenging thing as a human in our culture to practice? To moderate your moderations. And you don't want to, because you want to sleep with the enemy and hate him at the same time. Yeah, you don't want to be your own best friend. You want to talk about everything else. So that's what I mean. I cannot be a victim and feel that just because I have solved the diet problem for most people, you love to eat and you can eat more than is good for you. Me too. That I solved this diet problem, I made it the program. So I solved a struggle, right? That what would be the money then, if you think about it? So for me, as being a coach and a nutritionist and trainer, I wanted to know that I got so frustrated that I felt like, why don't people want to like bring this to awareness? Like typically, I see a lot of women coaches and leaders who keep on promoting this. Well, women are catty, women are too competitive, women are scared of competition. And do you see them share about their other fellow kind of experts? No, but only their clients who they help. So it's not really, is it, about people want to help other people? Unless they're pro bono. And we all have rent to pay. Me too. So if you feel that it's unfair or you have nobody wants to help you, just think about me. That I have really a great, excellent, amazing program that solved my problem and made it my happy life. So that's why you never see me start over on another diet. Why I don't push cleanse on you. The diet is the cleanse. Daily. You're gonna see the bowel movement you get off it. It's perfect. But that is what you gotta know. That the solution is out there. There's no secret. The secret is that you gotta know that to enjoy life and to enjoy fitness life and healthy eating life, you gotta enjoy the nature of it. And the nature is the food, the training, and the mindset. So thanks to the anger I felt with people who felt like I was just another coach who don't care. Thank you for that, because that drove me out of sanity to meditation. So let's just talk about that a little bit. In November 6th, 2019, I was so pissed at myself because I couldn't handle my anger with people for people quitting on themselves. I didn't understand what was wrong with them. I had self-awareness to learn. So it was desperation that brought me into meditation. I committed for life. I had to do it for managing my anger. So I remember the first time I sat there, I didn't know what to think about. And I thought you have to be in the lotus position. And I was like, what am I going to do? 5 minutes? I don't have 5 minutes. I was just like all my clients before they start, that I didn't see a reason to meditate. I felt like I know what I want. I love my intellect. I heard about ego death. I was terrified. My ego is all I built. I have this image. But so then I started meditating, and more, it drew me into the realization about my real self versus what I have built into my identification with my memories, my image, my dreams, my body, my experiences, all, right? Like that makes the whole summer Pauline in this life. And then I got terrified because I thought, what am I going to do? I don't want to hold on to this anymore. Oh, yeah. So that is the typical thing that happens, is that you get a mind transformation when you become more aware of yourself. That when you drop all these things, imagine now, think about it. If you drop who you believe you are, if you drop your memories, you drop all the people you know, your memories, your family, like whatever. Just think about it like that. What is remaining? It's not the physical body. So what is the remaining? If you take away all that, the attachments you got to, you have the essence or the soul that lives forever. You can't kill energy. So in my then, more and more, I realizing that I can't escape myself. So this was through the lockdown. So I went into meditation walks for 4 or 5 hours. You see how I got very lean and shredded because I kind of didn't care about training anymore because I was always in pain. I didn't solve my injuries. I didn't let my body heal. I had hamstring surgery. I didn't let that heal. I had the other hamstring torn. I didn't let that heal. I kept on. So I just got shredded because I loved the food and I just walked. And I got more and more mind shift. And can you imagine 45 hours of meditation for about between, after the first year of smaller meditation, 21, 22, 23, 24, like four years of 45 hours of consistent meditation. So I started November 6th with meditation, didn't want to do it, didn't feel I needed it. I loved who I was then, I thought, but just on my good days. And I was terrified about letting that go. I was scared of what if I don't care about this fitness body anymore? What do I do if I don't care about holding on to it? I was so scared I didn't know what to do, but I couldn't help it. I didn't know, and so I kept on meditating. Right? So I kept on walking on these long walks, and I had those epiphanies more and more, and it got more and more into FighterDiet, and it came like, I really see like what I have, the purpose became more and more clear. And then it just came to that thing that I couldn't keep myself to hold on to what was a successful business in FighterDiet transformation, to sell people a program that was really helpful because it wasn't my responsibility. That was my kind of how I justify it for myself. It's not my responsibility. I give a service, I provide the program. If you don't want to do it, then it's not my responsibility. And as long as you come back, I thought, okay, what could I do? Okay, it makes sense. Like in bodybuilding lifestyle, this is how I have to kind of tell myself to keep doing it. I hated doing those kind of marketing videos where I'm like, hey, come enjoy my build and burn. We're gonna train and build muscle. Now eat and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the marketing thing that I had to do to kind of get your attention. But I couldn't do it. So every time we were to shoot those, I kind of just had like a block in my mind. I could not do it. So it was like, I had to ask my business partner, my friend, my Paul, like, can you give me a script? Because it was, I just didn't. You see, I could sit and talk here forever, right? Like, so it was, there was something beneath all that. So I could not escape from myself. I had to let it go. So then the universe kind of struck, right? That in 2021, 2020, when it was the lockdown, that was my last kind of attempt. Then through I had a year of meditation under my belt. So I started the Zoom meetings for my FighterDiet warriors to kind of have the connection. I thought like if I can see them, that I want to meet them and I can help you, then they're gonna keep on showing up. And just like all the other diet cultural stuff, there's a lot of people in the beginning and then people fall off. So I then thought, okay, bodybuilding training is a lifestyle, that's where I live, and only a very few people keep on doing that. So they're great, but that's not a majority. Most people do not see past the yo-yo diet and they believe this is gonna be the one, and then we feel embarrassed and don't know what to do, right? So we have a time-based program to try the lifestyle. Then more and more that became not long enough because people became fatter and came further away from their normal body weight goal. So it became I was once fit, now I'm so far away, and then you're at home with a pandemic, you don't know what to do with yourself, all you have is the chips, and you never learn how to prevent overeating by overeating. So then I noticed that people kind of didn't want to see me anymore, so they kind of thought that I'm going to judge you. So in that case then, it became that the Zoom meetings pretty much in the end became empty because there was this shame and guilt and kind of don't want to see me in the face anymore. So I just got, again, noticed that I can't win at this fat loss. Like people say they want to lose fat. Well, you don't want to lose your life, right? So So that then became that the universe struck into hack my all my business suite on that I built since 2009. So pretty much 2009 to 2023 got hacked, and there was no way that I could get it back. And it was before it became a normal routine that people get hacked. So there was no support from Facebook. I couldn't get into support. There was nobody, and then my business partner kind of just gave up on it. We had to start over again. So that was one slap more than, and then you know how it is. Like if you can't reach your customers, what happens? The business goes out of business. So then number two, I tried to find my way. We set it up again, and then my business site, FighterDiet.com, where you sign up, got hacked from another way. And I didn't have any income coming in there because I lost to the hackers. So then that was another one that I couldn't make a living. I had my online business. I wasn't doing real life coaching and person training at the Goals Gym anymore. This all through the kind of the pandemic and so on. So that was a strike there. And then the third one was when I asked my business partner for kind of real. And remember now, it's just the way how the process was. I asked, do do you want to know how, like, can we change it to be the way I want? Like, I want to help people. I cannot be a before and after. It can't be pushing the body. Can't be about the transformation. It has to be more about the mindset and the lifestyle. That was like talking to deaf ears because it was a success. It was a business success. So then I remember one of the last kind of just when I realized I have to do this myself. I have to leave everything behind. I have to minimize my costs. I have to start over again, leave the country for now. Like just, to kind of really find my way and build it up where nobody really wants to do what I do now. I have to find my new people. The wellness, the healthy, happy eating people who are into self-growth and self-transformation, who want to grow old and wise and love the aging and love and not obsess about the past, don't want to be 20 again, right? Like all that. Some women are like, oh, so obsessed about that. So kind of the philosophers, the yoga people, right? So but I was like a unicorn in that because I wasn't into yoga. I was doing yoga my end. Yoga is discipline of the mind, training. I mean, all that bodybuilding is meditation for the body, or like meditation is bodybuilding for the mind, expansion. That's what I usually say. So then I remember there was like this kind of multi-million question that I asked, and there was, how can I word it now? So do you want to keep on giving people what they love, that they're signing up for, but they're never succeeding long term? They keep on rebounding. You want to sell that to people, package it until forever, until the dinosaur, until the whole program dies? And then the answer was yes. And that was my golden moment of clarity when I realized I have to do this my way alone without anyone help. So yeah, all right. So then here is the thing. So you know that you are your own worst enemy, and I could sit there and think like, where are the experts who want to help people? Where's Oprah Winfrey, right? Like, I could do that, but it's just gonna be me hitting my head in the wall. I have to just trust that I will find my way, and you who love what I do and understand me, you're naturally just gonna have the courage and have the bravery and the big mind, the kind of the acceptance and confidence and trust in yourself, self-love for real, to give me a little bit of, hey, she knows her stuff, she's helped me, but that's up to you. It's nothing I expect, because expectations lead to disappointment, right? So thank you so much for listening to that. And now I want you to know that when you sign up for my FighterDiet.com, the way it is now with my coaching, you have access to my Zoom room. I put that into the link. You can come and meet me at 9 a.m. tomorrow EDT. That's 3 p.m. CET. It's 6 a.m. PST. You can come and raise your hand and ask what you want from me, like a mini consultation. You can listen to my Defeat to Refeed programming. That's why I have to stop my voice. All that, because my passion is to help people transform for real. And there is no such thing as a body transformation that doesn't first proceed with a mind transformation. And once you join the way I do, the daily practice where I say seize the trainer day, you're gonna be in it for life. So all the stress, the anxiety, the performance anxiety, the pressure is all in your head. So your head is the big problem, not your body. And if you are willing to open up your mind and let go of that big problem that you got there, the mind is constipated, you need to kind of cleanse it. If you want to succeed, I am your best coach that way because I love it too much. I love it more than I do to kind of find it into a cool FighterDiet pill. That's why do you think I tossed my supplement line with my name on it? Because I didn't want to be a conflict of interest. I didn't want people to think I'm a protein powder. I eat protein powder every day. It's the way I manage gout. I take a lot of supplements, but I don't want to have my own line because you would instantly think that's what I'm pushing. I don't want to be like that. The superfoods is in the nutrition and in the way you keep it up, right? So if you understand what I do, thank you for the shout outs. Thank you for listening and understand that I don't want to talk forever. I know you got a life to live, but so do I. So I love you. Thank you so much for your attention. And remember now, the muscle yoga I record is a Zoom. The laugh hit routines are gonna keep going as soon as I got my voice back. You have the standing invitation to my Zoom links. I have form checks that you need to do. You want to do it. Don't have a big ego up your butt. My clients who are on 101, who I meet on Zoom, both in form check, but self-relationship is the biggest thing. About nutrition, compliance, defeat to refeed, all that stuff I talk about. How to find a simplified way to let go of all the things you think are bad with you, which is not. Sometimes you just need someone else to kind of reaffirm, to confirm, and give you a path, give you a program on how to take better care of yourself, right? And that's what I do. So now, if you want to compare cost and so on, think about the one-on-one is $320 that I just charge, which is not much for people in my people. If for 1 hour, and I usually clients have 30 minutes like two, so $320. Meanwhile, you could meet me for $50 a month, which is, I mean, it's like $50 a day, right? To come and have the opportunity to just come and listen. And if you can't come to the meeting live, you can always come on the recorded. You get a summary on the Zoom too. And in order to have that, I have invested in Zoom for you. So if you wonder, why am I not committed to myself? It might be that you just don't want it enough. Because you're scared of what will become of you, because you have become an identity of your body that might be obese, fat, flabby, too old, whatever. But that's also your prison because your mind is keeping to it. So how about you do what I did? I let myself away from trying to power and keep myself to what I thought I was. I was willing to let it go, and I'm so happy I did. I wouldn't want to be 44 now and feel like I'm trying to be like I was when I was older, trying to prove it, I'm still got it, and feel that I'm expired goods. And most women I know in fitness feel like that. It's not the way to be happy. I wish you were on my meetings with my clients where we talk about this and what is the true joy of life. To be happy being yourself and to love your body for every day of your life because you take care of it. When you live the fit feeling, and you take care of that, and instead of criticizing whatever will never be good enough, think about it now. I was a well-known fitness model who you felt was perfect until you criticized it, maybe because you felt that about yourself. So you project on me, feel better for a little while, then you feel bad. I made my body my dream body. I could always feel that there was something wrong with it anyway. It wouldn't change. So how do you think you're going to be happy if you never, ever accept yourself and give yourself grace and just realizing that you have never learned how to take care of yourself, how to eat for satiety and for pleasure? It's not supposed to be a monk diet or discipline. It's supposed to be a way of freedom from your own urges that get you to sabotage, because it's not true happiness if you live like a cocaine rush. It might be something you're right now, but if you hate it later, it's not true happiness. So true happiness is from within. That's why I want you to come and join my classes. So FTX 2 meetings 9 a.m. tomorrow. All you need to do is go to fighter.com, click anything that you can join, or hit subscribe on Instagram for FighterDiet. And when you do, you have the link there. The Zoom link to my room. then I just have them in the waiting room, and I let you in one-on-one because I don't want to know who you are. It's small groups, not busy at all, and I usually have focus mode on, which means it feels like I'm just talking to you one-on-one, like here. It's not a big crowd. So yeah, now time flies, and I gotta go and do my own training. So thank you so much for watching. It's Friday tomorrow. It's Flex Friday. And if you think I'm only just a body, now imagine I sat here for how long? Well, way too long. So that should say a lot about my passion for what I do. So passion and pleasure, purpose, all my love to you guys. Alright, so thank you so much, guys. And if you want to tag people, thank you so much. 50 minutes I was here. Let's see here what I do here too. What do I do? Okay. Create post, create copy link, more. Can I? No, I can copy link. What is this? Chat filter? No.